Hello, welcome to the channel. This is Alfred. Hey, today we will be looking at a C# program, what the finished product will look like. So you have a set of actions here that you could take, and these actions will be described like a description here, and the output will be here, and you just have your one button. When you select this, so this does something. So this is very descriptive, an action that say that the name is do something, and you have it as this does something. Then do nothing, this does nothing. Do you, this does you. Do me, this does me. Make sense? So say you want to run do something. If you hit send or start, then it sends the event. It says the event is doing something. If you say do me, the event is doing me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But the beautiful thing about this is that we are using Tuple as the flow control. So let's go ahead and close out of it. And then let's go ahead and open up a new project. It will be a Windows form. Next. So let's go ahead and just give it a name real quick. Tuple. Let's say flow control with Tuple. So I usually like to give this a form at the end. Then at the solution level, I just call it an app. Let's go ahead and save it. Let's go ahead and save it right at the repository repo. Alright, looks good. Target framework, I'm using .NET 5. Alright, real quick, I would like to do just a small cleanup with the form. So first of all, I'm gonna give it a name. So flow control with Tuple, right? Then I come here to, I say Tuple flow control form, and I usually prefer to give the form a white background instead of this default control. Alright, looking good. Okay, that's about it. So now we want to drop in our controls. All we would need is about 5 controls. Alright. So let's do this real quick. Let's dock it. Alright. So let's go ahead and get our list box. Put it here. Go ahead and get our text. Put it here. Go ahead and get another text. Actually, let's put this multi-line, and let's go ahead and come to this. Copy this and put it here. Then last control we need is a button. Let me do this. Let me make the font big. that should be one of my housekeeping. Alright, let me use semi-bold, and 12 is usually, so let me do 14 this time. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, so now list box, we want to just clean up some control docket, and this also we want to docket. As well as this, and also the button we need to docket. Alright, so the name, let's go ahead and give the button a name. Let's just call it a start button. Then the BTN start. Alright, so we know we have a text box here, right? So we will call this our text describe. Let's go ahead and this. Describe. Alright, for here, let's call it test update. Updates. And for list box, let's call it our list box. Just call it Lbox actions. Alright, and I think we are all good with housekeeping. Now we are ready for some code. Who is ready for some code? Alright, so now we want to go to our code. So you could, right click here and go to view, right click here and go to view code, or just say F7. Alright, so now if you're not sure what I'm doing, just don't worry about it. Follow, just look at it, watch what I'm doing, and hopefully it will make sense somewhere during the video. So now I am creating a list of tuple, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want, in my flow control, I want to know the name of the action. I want to know, kind of like describe it a little bit for whoever that is using the application. And then the next thing I want to actually take action, right? So, and it would be nice to have all that house and somehow, so that's why I'm using Tuple. Then action. Alright, so now let's go ahead and call it val label functions. Alright, makes sense. Okay, now let's go ahead and collapse this, because we need all the screen space when we have. Here we go. Okay. So I don't know if this is starting to make sense now. So this string will describe the name of the action, right? Then this second string will be the description, right? Then the action will actually be the method or the function that the code will run whenever they are selected. Okay, so now let's say when our form loads, right, we want to have all those actions pre-selected, right? So what we will do is this available action, we want to load it up with a bunch of actions. Available actions, we want to say add, so new tuple, Alright, so the first action will be do. You can put do something. You can put space on it. You can put however you want to show it. However you want to show it. You could put space. You could put whatever you need. Then the second string is this method does something, right? You could do whatever. Then this action, you actually put the do something here. So here you don't want any space because it's a method. So I don't need that. And so since this is a private method, let me do it a small letter do. Alright, so now that's it. That's our first action. So if you hit Control dot, the IntelliSense will show you this, so you can generate a method from it. But let's not do that. Let's do it manually. So I'm going to do a private void do something. Okay. So now you could say text update, because this is your action here. We're not doing much on our action side, but this application is doing something. Alright, so that's our action. So this is a method, and whenever you have this one selected, it will run this method. If it still doesn't make sense, give us a minute. So I'm gonna create 4 of these, right? What I just did was copy this, did a bunch of pasting for it. So we want to now do some do nothing, right? Do nothing. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here, and we can also paste it here as well. So that's a new method, right? So now we will use that shortcut control dot key. So we say generate this. So we want to do that. See, it generated similar method like this. So although C# is smart enough to put this through not implemented exception, just so you don't automatically generate a bunch of methods that will break the code. With this, you don't break the code, it will just throw an exception. So now we want to do nothing, so this will do nothing. Alright, make sense? Right, the next action we want to do is do you, right? Then we can come here and say you, and we can just change our name to you. Control dot, we want to say generate method here. So let's go ahead and do the rest. Do me. Then you can change this something to me. Then change to something to me. Alright. Now control dot. Can say generate, and it says do me, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and copy this. I'll say you, and I'll say me here. Alright, so I hope you can see what's going on here. So this is 4 different methods. So literally you can have whatever you need to have here, right? You could have log a file, display something, whatever function method that you want to have here, you could have it here. And you can select in the GUI, you can select the function, see the description of the function, And if you want this to run, like this method to run, then you hit start and it will run this method. Make sense? Okay, so now the next thing we want to do, we want to, when the program loads, right, we want to be able to upload all these available actions to our list box. So how are we going to do that? That's a great question. So we will go ahead and put it here. So we'll say for each. So tuple is the type is interesting. So you have to. I hate to do, like, I could probably do this. Then I will say available actions. Then I will say list box. I think I had it just L box, yeah, right there. And I will say items dot add. Then I could say let's call this my actions. My action. So I could say add my action dot. So what do I want to display on the list box? I only want to display the names, not the description, not the function obviously, but the name. So let's go ahead and select item 1, and that's it. Alright, remember how I told you that I do not like to use var? So now let's go ahead and put the type there. So it will still work, right? But let's go ahead and put the type. Tuple. Just a little bit more typing, but I've always done it this way, using defining the type, so I'll just stick with it. So the same thing will work fine here. So now we know that if we load the application, let's go ahead and load it so you could see. So this is the application loads. All this action should be there, right? Yep, right here. Do something, do nothing, do you, do me. So if you select it, nothing happened yet. So now we want it in a way that when we select it, the user will see a description of what this method does here. Then when we click this button, it will actually run the function, right? The function that we created here, this function, it will run it, and our function is only displaying a message here, right? Alright, let's go ahead and get those done. So now we want to say when our list box changes. So alright, so we want to multi-selection. It should be here somewhere. Selection mode right here. So we can do multi-simple, multi-extended. Multi-simple is good. So now we have two methods. So you say this method does nothing, this method does you, right? Let's make this big. So you can hit start. This method is doing you, and this. So it seems like it only did the last one, but I know why. So this needs to. How do we fix this? Yeah, I mean, so this equals sign basically will clean up the text box and leave the last one standing. Yep, so I am going to put plus sign here for all of them. This is just for demonstration purposes, just to give you the concept. Then whenever I hit the start button, I want to clear the text. Yep. So this is the update, so I want it to be empty. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so now if I select 2, let's do 3 methods, right? So if you hit start, yep, yeah, it's a kind of jumbled right here, but at least you get the you get the point. This is because I don't have new line on it, but you get the point. So it's doing nothing, which is the first, then it's doing you, which is the second one, then it's doing me, which is the third, and that's what we selected, right? Pretty cool, right? Let's see if I can fix this and add new line for each one of them. All right. Actually, yeah, I have to add new line on all the actions in the method. All right, Control C. Yep. All right, so let's try this one more time. Okay, so let's select maybe, let's select 4 this time, every single thing, and do something, do nothing, do you, and do me, right? So go ahead and hit start. Oh, what happened? This method should have done new line. Hold on. That's a new. Oh, see, this is what copy and paste does. This is why you should not copy and paste. Take it from me. It has beaten me so many times. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this again. So, alright, makes sense? So now let's hit start. Here you go. This my application is doing something, nothing, and you. Alright, that's all we have today. Don't forget to subscribe if you like to see this type of videos, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.